A golden blade cuts through the air. In one instant, an invincible dragon's arm simply falls. The weapon in her hand isn't just a sword, it's a death sentence for every dragon in existence. And when she speaks, even dragon kings tremble. If you dare lay a hand on him, this Empress shall condemn you to the eternal dragon prison. The impossible has happened. The legend has awakened. What's up, cultivators? Welcome back to Cultivation Hub, where we witness the birth of legends. Today's episode is absolutely insane. We're talking about a power so devastating that it makes dragon kings beg for mercy. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button. Every subscription brings us one step closer to breaking through to the 1,000 subscribes. Hit the bell, join the sect, and let's go! When we left off, Xiao Yan was in the fight of his life against the three dragon kings, but he wasn't going down without taking them with him. A massive fiery disc materializes in front of him, a desperate defensive technique. The first light beam from the Dragon King's assault shoots forward like lightning, crashing into the disc with explosive force. At the moment of impact, something miraculous happens. The flame disc releases a strange power, and the colossal beam is reflected backward, straight at its source. Yes, you might think, but wait. Although the counterattack succeeds, the recoil causes Xiao Yan to spit out a mouthful of blood. This technique is literally destroying him from the inside. The remaining two beams follow, each one likewise being reflected. But with each deflection, Xiao Yan pays a terrible price. When the final beam bounces back, the flame disc completely shatters. Blood erupts from Xiao Yan's mouth as his body is flung back several thousand meters. Under the horrified gazes of the three dragon kings, the three reflected beams slam into their massive dragon bodies, worsening their already grievous injuries. But they're far from defeated. "Kill him!" one roars. Xiao Yan stabilizes himself, raising his pale face. Madness flickers within his eyes as he spits out the blood pooling in his mouth. "If you want to kill me, then be prepared to break a few more bones." The three dragon kings have pushed him into a desperate corner, but cornered beasts are the most dangerous. His hands shift into another sequence of seals. The giant phantom once again envelops him, and another terrifying soul shock bursts forth, slamming ruthlessly toward the dragon kings. Their massive blood-red dragon pupils instantly dim. Suffering 2 consecutive soul attacks has inflicted devastating damage upon their very consciousness. The Northern Dragon King is the first to recover. His figure flickers, transforming back into human form as he appears before Xiao Yan in an instant. His palm slams into Xiao Yan's chest with crushing force. Blood spews from Xiao Yan's lips, but instead of despair, he stares at the Northern Dragon King with a ferocious expression and laughs wildly. With a flip of his hand, a 4-colored flame lotus appears, swirling with apocalyptic energy, and he hurls it directly at the Dragon King's face. The explosion is cataclysmic. The Northern Dragon King is blasted thousands of meters away, his roar of pain echoing across the void. But that attack used the last of Xiao Yan's strength. His body, already weakened by multiple devastating strikes, is now covered in horrific injuries. As he struggles to even breathe, he senses 2 more streaks of killing intel shooting toward him. The Southern Dragon King and the Western Dragon King. Having been beaten so miserably by a single young human, they've nearly lost all reason. Their rage has consumed them completely. "Go die for this king!" The Southern Dragon King's savage expression twists with fury. His arm transforms into a massive dragon claw, scales glinting with murderous light, and smashes downward toward Xiao Yan. This is it, the killing blow. Faced with the rapidly enlarging claw of death, Xiao Yan's body trembles violently. Every instinct screams at him to move, to dodge, to survive, but his body won't respond. But something strange happens within that trembling. Deep within his heart, something awakens. An obscure bloodline, hidden, dormant, waiting, silently flows out, merging rapidly into his veins. As the mysterious bloodline fuses with his body, the power that had been completely exhausted surges back in an instant, not just returning, but stronger than even his peak state. What is this? The sudden change stuns Xiao Yan, but there's no time to analyze it. He prepares to dodge the incoming claw. But he doesn't need to. A brilliant golden light flashes before his eyes, so fast, so precise, so utterly unstoppable. In that single instant, the Southern Dragon King's massive dragon claw arm is severed, cleanly, completely, as if it were nothing more than paper. Xiao Yan spins around in shock. High in the air, stepping forth with imperial grace, is a beautiful purple-haired figure he knows all too well, Xiyan. In her hand is a golden longsword that seems like flowing liquid metal. It pulses with an energy that makes reality itself seem fragile. A destructive aura, ancient, absolute, terrifying, spreads outward. Her cold, imperious voice echoes across the battlefield, and every single person freezes. If you dare lay a hand on him, this Empress shall condemn you to the eternal dragon prison. The temperature drops, not physically, but spiritually. Every ancient void dragon present feels it in their very bones. This isn't a threat. This is a divine proclamation. The Southern Dragon King stares blankly at the stump where his arm used to be. His mind can't process what just happened. After transforming his arm into a dragon claw, his defense had reached terrifying heights. Even a 5-star Dou Qi attacking head-on would struggle to leave a scratch. Yet in the face of the Dragon Slayer sword, this seemingly indestructible armor collapsed in an instant. Then, his eyes focus on the weapon in Xiyan's hand, and the blood drains from his face. Dragon Slayer sword! The moment he screams those 3 words, pure terror floods his expression. His pupils contract violently, his entire body shaking. The Western Dragon King's blood-red eyes overflow with horror. Both Dragon Kings immediately understand what they're facing. This isn't just a weapon. The Dragon Slayer sword is the strongest supreme Dou technique of the ancient Void Dragon tribe. Only a dragon with the purest imperial bloodline can summon it. It's the exclusive power of the Dragon Emperor, and it exists for one purpose and one purpose only: to slay dragons. What shocks them beyond measure is that Xiyan has actually awakened it. Even the former Dragon Emperor could only barely summon it after reaching the 6-star Dou Qi. Xiyan is currently only at early 4-star Dou Qi. This shouldn't be possible, but here it is, golden, radiant, absolute. As its name implies, the Dragon Slayer sword makes any ancient void dragon standing before it incomparably fragile. Unless you possess strength far surpassing the wielder, fighting against this sword is suicide. At this moment, everyone on Eastern Dragon Island halts in place. Warriors, elders, soldiers, all raise their heads, gazing at the purple-haired figure floating in the sky. Their eyes fill with profound reverence. Tears stream down weathered faces. Her Majesty the Dragon Emperor has summoned the Dragon Slayer sword again! The elders of Eastern Dragon Island tremble violently, their voices breaking with emotion. This is the moment they've waited for. This is proof, undeniable, absolute proof. Only one who can summon the Dragon Slayer sword can be recognized as the true Dragon Emperor. The first elder of Eastern Dragon Island hovers in the air, raising his dragon staff high as he roars with all his might. The Dragon Slayer sword has manifested. Do you still not understand who the true Dragon Emperor is? At his command, the faces of warriors from all 3 islands shift drastically. Even Xuan Mo and the other high-ranking leaders dare not utter a single sound. A heavy silence falls over the battlefield. Then, overwhelmed by the immense pressure radiating from Xiyan's imperial bloodline, something extraordinary happens. One warrior from the 3 islands kneels, then another, then dozens, then hundreds. Like dominoes falling, the warriors of the 3 Dragon Islands begin to kneel one after another, bowing toward the purple-haired figure in the sky.
Some resist initially, inner conflict written across their faces, but eventually they too choose to bow in allegiance. The upper level of the three islands, Xuan Mo and his group watch with pale faces, their expressions twisted with the bitter taste of defeat. They finally understand. After today, Eastern Dragon Island will rise far above the other three. The power structure of the entire Tai Su ancient dragon tribe has just shifted forever. Run!
Realizing how drastically the situation is shifted, the Western Dragon King forces down his terror and roars. His figure retreats at full speed, transforming into a streak of light. The Southern Dragon King, completely ignoring his severed arm and the blood pouring from the wound, also flees in panic. These are Dragon Kings, legendary powerhouses who have ruled for centuries, and they're running for their lives. Xian's cold gaze fixes upon the two fleeing dragons. Her expression doesn't change. Her voice remains calm, almost gentle, but her words carry the weight of absolute judgment. Traitors! Dragon Slayer's sword, execute! She slowly raises the golden blade and slashes through the air toward the Western Dragon King. The motion is elegant, almost lazy, but the effect is apocalyptic. The moment the blade descends, the Western Dragon King senses it. Even from hundreds of meters away, he feels the strike coming. His eyes fill with unprecedented fear, the kind of primal terror that comes from knowing death is imminent. A low growl escapes his throat as he desperately activates his ultimate defense. His head, torso, limbs, more than half his body are instantly covered in layer after layer of dragon scales. These aren't ordinary scales. They glimmer with bizarre radiance, each one tougher than divine metal. This is a defense that has withstood attacks from peak Dou Qi powerhouses without breaking. Yet in the face of the Dragon Slayer sword, this seemingly invincible armor collapses in an instant. The energy tears through space itself, passing through his body with deceptive gentleness, like a knife through water. As the energy sweeps across him, the Western Dragon King's face turns deathly white. Horror floods his expression as he lowers his head. A massive, vicious wound stretches diagonally from his shoulder down to his waist. His once indestructible dragon scales have been sliced apart like tofu. Blood, golden dragon blood, begins to pour from the wound. With just a single strike, the Western Dragon King is gravely injured. This is the true power of the Dragon Slayer's sword against the ancient void dragons. It's not just powerful, it's absolute. It's designed, crafted by ancient powers specifically to end dragon life. Every aspect of its energy is tailored to bypass dragon defenses, to penetrate dragon scales, to extinguish dragon vitality. Against other opponents, it might just be a powerful weapon. Against dragons, it is divine judgment. Witnessing this catastrophic strike, the Southern Dragon King nearby feels his limbs go cold. Ice shoots through his veins as reality crashes upon him. At this moment, he has no thought of helping his ally, no thought of revenge, no thought of honor or pride. His only desire is to escape with his life, because he finally understands they didn't just lose this battle, they challenged a force beyond their comprehension. And that, my friends, is what happens when you challenge a true Dragon Emperor. The Dragon Slayer sword isn't just a legendary technique, it's the ultimate trump card that can change the entire fate of the ancient Void Dragon tribe in a single swing. From the brink of death to absolute domination, Xian just reminded everyone why the Dragon Emperor bloodline is the most terrifying power in existence. But hold on, the battle isn't over yet. Two Dragon Kings are still alive and fleeing. Will they escape, or will Xian's judgment be final? And what about that mysterious bloodline that awakened inside Xiao Yan at the moment of death? What was that? These answers and more are coming in the next episode, and I promise you it's going to be epic. If you loved this episode, destroy that like button, subscribe to Cultivation Hub, and become part of our legendary sect. Drop a comment below. What do you think that mysterious bloodline is?
I want to hear your theories. Remember, fellow cultivators, true power isn't just about strength, it's about bloodline, destiny, and the courage to awaken what lies dormant within. Until next time, may your sword strike true and your enemies fall before you.